Okay, we are live here on our big program, and we are going to be doing something new each and every week. We are going to be bringing you live here on Music Hub Connect, here on Music Hub Connect on Facebook. And we are also live in Rhode Island on 990 WBOB. And we have got a great program here. I have got the fantastic host of Chop It Up Radio with us. How are you, sir?
What's up? How you doing?
And we've got Alucard with us as well. And so Pacman, I know you as Pacman. What you've been doing radio? Right. You've been doing radio for a heck of a long time, my friend. This is going to be fun. Us doing this show each and every week.
Straight up, yeah, man. I've been excited, been looking forward to it, man. Ready to get it in. Hey, what's going on with you, man? Salute to the guests as well.
Salute, man.
So, Alucard, tell me and Pacman a little bit about yourself, man, and we'll ask you some questions. We'll play some music. We'll just have a good time today.
What's up, man? I'm just a underground artist from the Creative Juices camp. I go by Alucard. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm just tuning in. I'm just here to push Illusions, which is a project that I'm working in, and I just represent the Creative Juices music camp, so I'm just happy to be here.
Definitely.
But I'm sorry if I tuned in a little too early.
No. You're good. You're good. I just wanted to make sure that when you got here, we had the host of the show here, and we do. So Pacman, I'll let you start us out, man. What do you have for our guest here today?
Well, man. I went and did my research and my due diligence and checked out, man, and love the work. Gotta say, man, love the work that you put into it. You had a clip up, I think, on the YouTube where it was like a storytelling, but you had the visuals going behind it. And, man, that's something unique that I haven't came across, man. Can you tell us a little bit about that? It was James, right?
I'm sorry?
It was James, right? Is that what it was called?
Oh, it was called the Oh, you talk about Retarded James, the story of...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I started these... it's funny that this project was actually like a personal project that I actually did with my phone inside my room.
Okay.
And I was like, my man was like busy working with something at the time, so I took the opportunity. I was like, yo, man, I have these stories of my childhood that everybody seems to like, about these characters that I grew up, these local dudes. I think I was like young. I was like in my early teens. And I was like, maybe I should just, have a project where I say the stories like how I tell the stories, but put it in rhyme form and kind of still keep the way my accent and the way I naturally talk. And then I just put them behind movie scores because I don't want the drums to be so overpowering to the story. You can kind of hear what's going on. And I threw this thing together real quick, and I showed my man. I was like, yo, this is, this is what I've been working on by myself in my room like a hermit. He was like, yo, this is, that's pretty dope, man. You should just put that out. And then, we slapped it together really quick. It was kind of like a Sidewinder album that just popped out of nowhere. I think it took me about 2 months to do. I just kept it consistent. I was like, I did one. I got good feedback, so I just kept it going until I had like about 21, 22 tracks.
Okay.
And each of those stories are real people. Those are like, and I didn't really, they're a little exaggerated or try to make them funny, but those things really happen. Like, there wasn't really too much lies, in those ridiculous stories. But I try to keep it legit in the way it happened, in the way we say, and the way we talked, and the names stupid, silly names that we called each other. And that's kind of the way we brought up. We were brought up like that. So, and that was like as a tiny little kid, But that's how.
Right. Hey, man, I enjoyed it. It was something different that I've come across, and it was unique to my ears, man. But to sit there and how you painted it out, you can visualize it, and you can see, you can visualize exactly everything that you were saying in the story that you was telling, man. You can visualize it, and that's what caught my attention. So
I
salute for
appreciate
that,
that.
man.
I'm glad they did that. I'm glad. That's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to do. I was hoping that people could enjoy this, maybe on a ride, on a quick train ride, or like, maybe just sitting around, killing time, and trying
Right.
to, not necessarily hear music. You want to hear like a little audio book album or something. I figured try to do like a little
Exactly. It gave you that feel.
sound like a monologue, like in the beginning of a movie or something. Kind of like
Right, right.
try to do
Yeah,
something
you
different.
nailed it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. You nailed it, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And that's what we talk about all the time, man, is doing things that, a lot of thinking outside the box, being creative and putting your creative juices to work. You dig? So big shouts out, man. And I went and subscribed to the YouTube page as well. So salute.
Thank you, man. Um, yeah, it's gonna be thrown in a bundle package with Illusions. That the release date is, I think, in April 29th. So it should be a
Okay.
release on created on CJM.com or creativejuicesmusic.com, and it should be as a together package with the album Illusions coming out as well. But that was just extra, like more stuff that
Right.
the bundle that makes it even more better. I kind of like it's a personal album, so it's even dope that because the album was my other album was taken with the pandemic and all this stuff. It got a little backed up, so it was good that I have an extra little thing, another album that I just pulled out of my closet at the last
Right,
second.
right, right. Yeah, man. Yeah. Great addition. Great addition.
And I'm glad that it made its rounds and some people heard it.
Oh
What's
yeah. Oh yeah.
Alucard? You are something else, man. Tell me and Pacman a little
Yes.
bit about your social media following and some of the different things that you're doing.
Oh, I'm also like an artist. I draw, so I do like a lot of animations. I do a lot of album covers. I did the album cover, my album cover. I did many Creative Juices album covers and for other dudes. But I've been working on my own personal. I usually draw series. I work on ballpoint pen drawings and sketches. I was doing portraits not too long ago. I'll start a series in a small book. Maybe try to hopefully publish some of these books in the future and probably sell them like little magazines. Um, I try to keep it simple. One series be portraits, another series would be all shit that's related in the train. When you take a train ride, you can see some grittiness. My experiences in that. I'll just cartoon it out on paper. I'm trying to do a graphic novel that has like serial killers and kind of cool shit. I also do
Okay.
animations, short animations with stop motion. So I got a lot of like old school animated, like if you would see like those reminiscent to like Bill Clinton and MTV, where he used to, it's kind of sketchy, rough around the edges stuff.
Right.
But it's cool. It has a lot of sound effects. It's kind of like in the same liking of the stories that I do. It's all home base. I'm in my
Mm.
bathroom doing all this shit with the reverb in the bathroom and using all the being animated and being the character.
Right.
That's
Okay.
what that's what I do. I juggle these things around. I do the rapping, and I rhyme and I draw. So I'm kind of like the workhorse that kind of you just keep me in a room locked up, and I'll just come up and create some stuff and come up with a pile of stuff that I'm happy with. I'm happy doing that. So that's why I'm always elusive and kind of hard to reach, or like I'm the ghost of the crew. But I'm there. I'm just in the background, doing my thing behind the curtains,
Getting that work in, man.
getting
Keep
that work
pushing. I
in,
know that's right.
getting that work in. Creative juices all the way.
Creative juices. I dig it, man.
I love the creative juices. Where did you come up with this and this brand and everything? Because you
A
got
long
some
time
cool
ago,
stuff, man.
we were
Yeah.
sitting around in ID's house, and he was like, "Yo, what do you want to call this thing? We think we did a mixtape." And he was like, "Yo, you want to call this thing?" I was like, "I don't know, man. We just got to get the creative juices flowing, keep it going." He was like, "Yo, what about creative juices?" I was like, "Yeah, let's just do. We're on creative juice. That's what we are. We're like a creative team, kind of like a factory." It was me and him. People thought we were like bigger than what we were in the beginning. They were like, "Yo, so
Mhm.
who does all this? What's with all these stickers that I see? Who does these T-shirts? What is this? What is this stuff? I see it everywhere." They were like, "Yo, it's just me and this guy." Like, get out of here!
Right.
It was you guys the whole time. I was like, "Yeah, we just make it look. I'll make it look cool with the art. ID makes it sound dope with the sounds, and that's how we, and then we just like spit over whatever we, hear, we vibe." It's always usually good vibes,
Right.
old school in the room sessions.
Do you perform? Do you get
Um,
out there and perform in different places?
yeah, we performed at all different spots in the city. Um,
Okay.
all of Williamsburg in the city for as long as that lasted. I don't know how it is now. I don't even know if those places exist anymore. I went back. I walked in the city. It's like a ghost town. Like even restaurants are like missing. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I still,
Right.
and I went to work. I never even stood home. I had like a healthcare job. I had to go to work. Even me going to work, I didn't even really notice the things disappearing. It's crazy.
Man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But you kept that creative juices flowing, man, and you found somebody to, partner with that also brings that creative energy to the
Oh
table
yeah.
as well, man. And a lot of times that right there could be key.
Yeah, yeah. My wingman, without idea, I wouldn't be like where I am. He really pushes me. He's really a work engine himself. He really gets everything together. He really gets the website together, whole shit down. Much props to my whole creative family. They just got a studio, so we're mad happy. We got a home base. We got a place to work
That's
from.
what's up.
It's good to see everybody smile on their faces and everybody just pumping out things. Like I go there, he's like, "Yo, I got to beat this, jump on this." Like we have stuff to do and like stuff to put out that we already did, but we just can't help ourselves. We're like, nah, it's a dope beat. Let's just do it now.
Yeah.
We'll worry about that stuff later. And then when we worry about stuff later, we're like, oh man, we didn't like do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, we're gonna release
Right.
this. Kids want this stuff, and we just can't. We just keep making it, man. We need to fucking
Yeah.
handcuff ourselves, and like just put a picture on it and put it out.
That's real, man. That's that creative juices, man. That's real. I love it, man. Mr. Jiggy Jag, what you thinking?
I'll tell you, this guy is something else. I love the fact that he's got a really cool vibe, and
Right.
he's he's multifaceted.
Yeah, I'm multitasking.
Yes.
Yeah. Juggling a lot, but hey, that's how I work. I think I work good under pressure if I juggle a lot of things. I know I'll say my music is probably like violent. I like to keep all the violent stuff to the music, so I'm misread. People think I'm like some psychopath when they see me, or I got some like, I know I'm a little harsh with the language. I'm over here cursed like a sailor, but I'm a Brooklyn guy. I try to keep it positive, keep all the violence to the music, and you won't have to kill nobody. You don't die or go to jail.
Right. I feel you on that, man. And so you would say, man, like a lot of your surroundings in Brooklyn, man, because I've never been there, man. Growing up and the culture and the things that you've seen, you pretty much put that into your work. Because you said you're speaking on real life situations with the audio stories that you do. Those are real characters off in there. So
Yeah.
you pretty much, man, everything that you do and you see and you've been through and the things you experience, you put that into your gift.
Oh yeah. It's
Okay.
just my upbringing is very mixed pot. It was like New York. I grew up in a white neighborhood. It was like but Bensonhurst and like Midwood, more Midwood, but like that was like the
Wow.
borderline of Bensonhurst. So I had a lot of Italian friends, had a lot of Albanians, Cambodians, a lot of mixed Puerto Ricans, all kinds of guys. And I got around because my schools were like located in all of New York. Like I went to Coney Island, I had a
Oh,
school.
okay.
I went to the city. I went to LaGuardia because I drawed and I had like a talent. My friends didn't have that, so they kind of like stuck in Brooklyn. A lot of guys didn't get out much, so they kind of stuck in the neighborhood. But me, I had all multicultural friends and stuff. I had friends in the hood, and then I go back to my neighborhood was kind of tough too because you had to like nobody had guns, but they were tough. Everybody wanted to fight, and they were like kind
Oh,
of
okay. I
racist.
understand. Right.
They were like, tough. Like everybody's tough over there. I got like a fucking chip on their shoulder, but like, you have the hood, leave me alone. I'd walk around. It'll be like more of a crime of necessity. They're just trying to like either rob you or like if they're selling drugs. They're not like trying to like, if they're like, fuck that guy. If it's too feisty or whatever. It's more like they just
Right.
fuck. The other guys, they think they got nothing to do. They're just trying to pick a problem. Like, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. If I got a problem. But
Yeah.
I stay positive because I'm the art guy. I just like, hey, I got a source. I got an outlet to work from. I got, that's kind of why my friends kind of lingered away. They couldn't keep up. They were like, well, you're going to just rhyme all the time and draw. I'm like, yeah, you can do, whatever you're going to do. So I just gravitated more to the creatives.
That's real.
So now I could put it and squeeze it all out.
I understand that, man.
I give it back to them. I'm like, yo, check out what I did. They're like, oh, yeah, they did everything to a story. I talked about you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't even ask the permission. I just showed it to them after I did it. I was like, yeah, look what I
Right,
did.
right. Straight up. Man, I love it, man. And that's what I say, because in right now, these times, a lot of people, man, are big and attracted to real life situations, things they can relate to, things they can gravitate to, and feel some kind of connection and energy with, man. And hearing you say that and already checking out some of your material, I get that, from the music, man, from the creative images for the graphics, the designs and stuff, man, to hearing you talk, it all match up with what you're saying.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Awesome guy, man. Awesome guy.
I'm glad I reflect what I put out, Thank you.
So
Yeah.
who are you? One of the things that I like about Pacman is that he's always into networking. Who are you networking with?
Yes.
Oh, right now I'm not networking with money because I'm trying to keep it all in house, and I'm just I work so much that I don't even lift my head from the rock to see who's around, kind of. But there's artists that have been coming over that I want to work with, probably other dudes that are recording. As far as I think Deep right now is sending us beats. We're gonna record from Two Hungry Bros. He's got something. We're cooking something up with him. As far as that, we have a bunch of projects that we're just trying to put out. It'd be nice to. I'm not opposed to not working with anybody, but right now I'm just not looking for it. So, and then I'm doing stuff now currently. So I guess when I take a break, I'll probably surface and be like, all right, what's going on, guys? Come out with a chuckling beard.
Right.
I'm lost. I'm out of the loop. What's going on? Who's new? The people bring up friends, they'll bring up artists, and I don't know who they talking about. They're like, yo, you heard of so and so? They already don't they don't even like him anymore. They're like, I don't like this guy anymore. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. That's how out of the loop I am sometimes.
Well, I'll tell you, that's one good thing is that you're keeping your head down and you're making it happen, man.
Thanks, man.
Yes. Yeah. And it be like that sometimes when you so, focused and when you trying to accomplish things and put work out there, man. Sometimes you don't got time to see a lot of other things because you be so focused in. And that can be a good thing.
Yeah, it gets done.
Sometimes we be looking over the rocks too much, and then we let our work slip. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely feel you.
Yeah, a lot of things slip by me. I'm over here, I need to pay attention a little bit more. But I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. So somebody taps me in the shoulder, like, "Hey, man, there's other stuff around."
So,
and see, that's a good thing too.
Yes. Explain your creative process to us. That's one thing that Pacman does a lot on his show, on his regular show. He always wants to know what the creative process is.
Oh, sometimes it depends. You may have an inspiration, somebody may have just inspired you or, triggered something in you that you wants to work on. Sometimes if we're vibing on music, it's cool if we're all in the same room. If a guy just made a beat in front of you and the beat's getting you to wanted to start writing. If everybody's writing in the same room and vibing at the same time, that's a cool creative process as far as making a song. The song's going to sound phenomenal, especially if everybody's there on the same. And if everybody too, if you're an intimidating creative and you write something really dope, somebody else would be like, yo, man, that's kind of better than what I just wrote. Let me outshine. Let me try to do better. You make each other better.
Right.
And then also, as far as drawing, same thing. I see things, even my albums, I see it as a whole cohesive package in drawing, colors, themes. I have to do a concept for an album. I don't want to just slap it together. So to me, it's more like working on a drawing or a painting. As far as drawing that, it's a little bit more technical. I'll just, if I have an idea, I'll sketch it out or I have a bunch of ideas, and I'll kind of run with what I want to do. Like my body will be like, I don't want to rhyme, I want to draw. So like if I try to rhyme while I draw, it's not going to work out. I'll just go with the drawing and tell my friends, listen, I'm not writing anything for a little bit. I'm just going to draw for a week because I'm going to be smashed. I'm doing, clashing. So
Right.
that's my creative process. My creative process is a little bit weird because I juggle. I juggle art and I juggle writing.
Juggle.
But,
Okay. So what would you say? Which one would you say when you're doing that with your art, man, and the writing? If you had to pick, which would be the one that you push out your most passion? I know it's hard to say because of the music and the artwork, but what do you feel like is no limitations on you expressing yourself how you want to in those different lanes?
That's a good one. I don't think there is limitations. I think as far as limitations, maybe I'm probably a little bit more comfortable drawing because I've been doing it for like 30 years in art and moving my hand. So my hand coordination, all that is kind of adjusted for experienced years. So like I can just whatever I want to draw, I'll draw. But as far as writing, I'm always feel like right now I'm sharpening. So like I'll probably write more right now, actually, without then drawing. Because I'll probably every time I stop drawing, I'm still thinking of words. I have a fixation with words. I like to play around with words and stuff. So, I always probably,
cool.
I probably don't even do normal things. I'm probably just full of rhyming and drawing. I probably look like, I tell people that I'm like, yo, I know I look like a schizo, like I'm talking to myself, like I look like I have schizophrenia. I'm not, I'm just rhyming, I'm mumbling to myself of what I just thought of. So
right.
For me, I look like a crazy person. They're like, oh, no, we saw you doing that an hour ago.
People look at me like I'm crazy all the time, and I tell them, yeah, I might be. You know what I mean? But hey, it's some geniuses come out of crazy people.
Yeah. I probably have 20 different things wrong with me. They're just not diagnosed. Well, I think we're all a little crazy.
Right. Cool. Yeah, true. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. I can feel it, man.
So you've got this.
Yeah,
you've got this video on YouTube. Tell us about this, man.
Which video?
Once Upon a Time in Brooklyn. This is quite the cool visual, man.
Is it the me on the train?
I believe so.
Oh, that was like taking like an N train, I believe. What I did with that is it's an actual photo. Those are actual photos. And I took my photo when I was like really young. That's like the kind of time period of when those stories was happening. That's how young I was.
Yeah.
And I took the glass on the back and I scratched the title of the album with art, like digitally, like that. Like that wasn't on the actual glass. Yeah, the photo's real, but the only thing I did was just manipulate the glass with the title. If that's what's showing up. I also did like a little ice cream truck, and that was like I did some graffiti thing over the truck, but I just took a picture of like, because I remember ice cream trucks back then being a thing where we were cruel. We had like two ice cream guys that would come over to the block, and they would like beef with each other. It was like they were cutting each other's throat for who was gonna take the route. He was like, "Yo, that guy that comes around, he don't buy ice cream from him. Only buy ice cream from me." So we used to be like, all right. So we used to terrorize the other guy. We used to be like, all right, we beat him up, and then we were like, yo, where's the free ice cream? He's like, we were like, yo. Then we started to beat him up or like terrorize him, and like we kind of run him off the block. Like we were like bullying the ice cream man and playing both sides. It was so silly. But like I remember like that vivid ice cream truck.
The ice cream man
come around the corner. So I try to use all nostalgic stuff from that era, like the train. I was taking trains a lot. The way we looked, the baggy clothes, the haircuts.
Right.
Guys had bold haircuts in that picture. I was wearing a Wu-Tang visor. Old stuff that I don't even have anymore. I just wanted to show how young I was when all of those stories were happening, because it wasn't like I was old. I wasn't even in like older teens yet. Like I didn't even meet ID. This is like way before I met ID. Like those are the old neighborhood kids. ID came like late high school when I started to like even like rhyme. Like I wasn't even rhyming. I was like I liked the music and it was like probably writing stuff that was like whack. You know, like sharp at first starting.
Right.
But like that was like.
Now, did y'all ever get used to getting in circles and stuff, man? You and your buddies, did y'all get in circles and rap and you know what I mean, freestyle and stuff?
Yeah, those were the good old days. Like you don't even see those anymore. Like I remember like stoops full of dudes rhyming. To be like cafeteria battles.
Yeah.
Like the battles were like, they weren't so like explored yet. You know how like they have like the whole they have a host, they have like a whole thing going on. The guy has like a whole following behind him, and they do a little like contending boxing. They didn't have that yet. They had like, you know, radio show battles. You had like cafeteria. You had a lot of house party battles.
Cafeterias.
Yeah. Be like other rhymers there that we wanted to battle you in the kitchen. I had like a lot of those.
Yep.
I had like a lot of you know, guys that they hear you rhyme, say, yo, let me hit something. And then like they try to battle you or something like that. Some random place. I had a lot of that kind of stuff. You know, but back then it was like off the top. Like you can pause and mess up, you know. You can give the guy a little leeway with that because you're freestyling. Now, like guys got like whole rehearsed, you know, it's a little bit more in depth, but that's good because it's short. People playing with words, you know, it's expanding. I guess.
Still wordplay.
It's cool. Like I like all of that stuff. But back then it was a little bit more of a struggle. It didn't get as much awareness. Like you were doing that as like just street rap and you know get your numbers and your stripes, and then like remember you had like the what was it 106 in Park? They were broadcasting a little.
The 106 in Park. Yep.
Idea was winning a lot of them, and you saw people traveling and stuff. You had these little things that you watched on TV, but they were like rare. You had like then it became a thing. That's it. It was like over. You had like guys like they were like the kings of the, you know, that's what they did all day. I feel like as an MC, you kind of like you know, you do a little bit of all of that stuff too. You know, you get into that, and that was, you know, some guys just like that. You know, just like guys like writing songs. The guys like, I don't want to write albums. I just want to do this all day. I just destroy people. That's what I do.
Right, yeah.
So all the time I got like roast comedians to the 10,000 power, like with rhyme power. You know, like just make all my jokes rhyme for you. In your career, they do it to each other, they keep sharpen each other up. It's dope.
Right. It's dope. Yeah.
I can't hang in that circle currently. I need to practice some of that stuff and get into that mode. They'll kick my ass. If I get into it, they'll rip me to shreds.
Yeah, I can dig it, man.
All my friends
definitely.
I know how they are. I see my friends battle two guys at the same time. You know, it's fun. I love what they do.
Yeah.
I know how they are.
Right. Yeah, man. I love it too, man. I love it. And that's why I asked that too, man, because you get a sense of when you went through that and you seen that and you experienced that right there. When you get to now, you know what I mean? You see it in a whole different light and a bigger vision because, like you said, man, cafeteria battle. That was some of the best rhymes and bars, you know what I mean, go in those type of situations.
Yeah.
But it'd be off the head, you know what I mean? It was off the head. Now it's a lot of, you know, rehearsed and things like that.
Off the street, like they'll hear you.
You had to be creative.
Some dude will just come off the street and he'll be like, "Yo, can I get in there?" And he's like nasty.
Right.
Man. You're like, "Yo, where'd this guy come from?" You had a beatbox. Remember the guy? You had to.
Yes.
Back then, otherwise nobody wanted to do acapellas all the time.
That's right.
That's right. Catch the beat, bro.
Yeah. Most definitely. Man, I'm enjoying it, man. Big salute to you, man. Like we say, we're gonna get with you. We're gonna stay plugged in with you on my end. I know we love to have you on our show, man. Top on the radio, but I'll get with you because you got good energy, man. Good energy and the creativeness, man. Like I said, I went and looked at some of the pictures and some of the videos on your YouTube. And everything that you were saying about the creative juices, the whole concept behind it and everything, if people, man, that's tuned in, y'all go check it out and you're going to see exactly what he said, just what you're going to get. And that's what we love, man. A lot of people say a whole bunch of stuff, and when you go check it out, it don't be that. But you hitting them all on the head, man. Exactly.
Yeah, it's all love. We're just trying to do our thing, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited. I appreciate all of this stuff, man. Salute to you guys.
Well, you're great,
that's what it
man.
do.
I am so glad we've got you on as our first guest here on the new show,
Yes.
man. You're great way to kick this thing off, man.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
So,
Ooh.
review for us how we get a hold of you and everything, because we want to be able to send people your way, man.
Right now, most functioning on the gram, Alu718. You can reach me there. Creative Juices, music. I'm always on that camp. CreativeJuicesMusic.com. You can reach me there. You can reach my boy Shanty Gallows. Like we're around. Like we're not, a Facebook. Alucard. I'm around. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
You
We'll
can,
definitely link in with you on the Instagram too, on the IG.
yeah, man, definitely. That's what I'm most functioning right now. That's what I look out for, because it's visual. I'm an artist. I post things there. I try to post little videos. I don't talk much. I try to do my art, let do the talking. So if I'll be on the lookout for there, that's pretty much what I use.
That's great, man. That's great. So, I guess we'll just keep in touch with you on things, and we really appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Bother me whenever you want. Pick my mind.
Appreciate you.
I love talking to you guys. The vibe is great. Always just positive energy. I got jokes and
Positive
I'm
energy.
And smile, man. Whenever you want.
Well, I think it was I think it was great when you were talking about being around in Bensonhurst and everything, because I've heard that's a tough neighborhood, man.
Yeah, Bensonhurst. It's tough, man. Can't pick a fight over here.
That's right.
You can pick a fight, you're gonna have to move.
Pick a fight, you'd have to move. That's great.
To move.
That's
I stood
great.
away,
Good stuff, man.
I stayed really far from the coffee shops back in the days. Leave those guys alone.
Yeah.
That's right.
You don't know who those guys may know.
That's right. Leave
The
those
older
guys
the guys
alone.
get, the more scary it is in those neighborhoods. Those Bensonhurst neighborhoods.
Well, you are tremendous, man. That you've got some great energy. You're making it happen, and it's great stuff, man. You just really you've impressed us today, man.
All right, man. Yeah,
Yes.
I had a great time.
Well,
So whenever you want to hear,
Man, we
any
appreciate
stuff,
yes,
you know where I am.
Definitely. Well, we're gonna let you go because I think Ruby is with us. Ruby, can you hear us?
Salute, man.
She seems
Salute,
to be
man.
on
Let
the
you guys
line.
go.
So, salute, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, brother. There he goes. That's Alucard.
Appreciate you.
And Alucard is great. What